Hi, welcome to the Loopy Yarn Corner. This is episode 7 in my series for how to crochet from step 1. And in this video, we're going to go over how to weave in the ends of your yarn once you finish a project. So for this, you're going to need whatever project you have that has ends that needs to be woven in. And you're going to need a yarn needle. Now these come in plastic and metal that I've seen. And either one works fine. It's up to you, it's just your preference. So to get started, you're going to need to thread your yarn needle. Now, the way that I do this is I just pinch the yarn with my thumb and my index finger like that. And then I roll back just a little bit just to expose the edge of the yarn. And then I slip it into the needle and pull it out like that. I've also seen people grab the yarn and fold it over the edge of your needle like this. And then slide it in that way. That works just as well. But either way, you need to get your yarn on your needle. Now, to weave in your ends, it's really just do whatever works. It's easier, you want to make sure that you're going through a place that your yarn will be secure. So for me, I'm going to want to go through this section down here. And to get there, I'm going to go through this triple crochet right here. If we were to go up here, there's not much yarn to hold it in place, and it would be visible and it would not work very well. So to go down the side here, you're just gonna stick in your yarn, stick in your needle wherever it will go. And it's okay if you split your yarn for this. Actually, it's preferable if you split your yarn for this because it'll hold it better. And we're just gonna work our way down this treble crochet until we reach this row down here. Now, the reason I want to go through this row down here, right here, is because if you look at it, you have these bars, these double bars at the bottom of each treble crochet connecting to this bottom row here. So each treble crochet comes down and you have 2 bars, 2 legs, I guess you would call them, of yarn. And we can go through those legs like so. And if you look with just the needle, you can't really see it on this side and you can't really see it on that side. You can see it a little bit, but when it's the yarn and it's the same color, it'll just blend in. So I'm going to re-yarn my needle here. And we're gonna go through here. And we're just gonna find every spot, and don't pull it too tight, because if you do, it's gonna pucker like that. You're just gonna find every spot that has 2 legs, like right here, and you're gonna go through them. And right here, and right here, and right here. And then we're gonna pull it through. Now, I'm gonna pinch it over here because I've reached the end of my yarn on the needle. And if I don't pinch it and I just pull it, it's gonna pucker my fabric. So if I pinch it and I pull it, the yarn will slide out of the needle like that. And there we have a woven in end. You can snip this end over here. If it's longer than mine is pretty much okay. But I recommend giving your fabric a tug like this to make sure that the yarn isn't gonna pull out of any edges later on with use. So now let's do this one over here. Same deal, I'm gonna fold it, pinch it between my thumbs, and slide it into the needle. And, where do I want to weave it in? I suppose we can do the same thing. So we're going to go down this treble crochet here, going through stitches to get to the bottom of this treble crochet. And then once we get there, we can go through these legs again. And when you're weaving in your ends, you really don't want to pull tight. You just want to pull until you start to feel resistance and then move on. Because otherwise you're going to pucker your work. And here we go. Now I've reached the end of my yarn again, so I'm going to pinch and pull on the needle. So that might not have been the best spot to weave in my ends because it's pretty visible. You could also go down this treble crochet, up the next one, and then down this one, and then up the next one until you run out of yarn, and that would probably weave it in a little bit better and it would be a little less visible. But it's really just however you want to weave it in, weave it in. I'm going to give it a tug. And there we go. Our ends are weaved in. Now, on this double crochet swatch, the one where I missed a stitch in that video, it's easier to weave in your ends on a fabric that is more cohesive like this one, because the treble crochet has a lot of holes because it's a very tall stitch. But this one, because it's a double crochet, it's not as tall of a stitch. It's easier to weave in your ends because there's not so much space between the stitches. So let's try, and I cut this a little short. It's easier if you have a longer amount of yarn to weave in at the end. I want to go up and down the double crochets for this one, so I'll show you what that looks like. I'm gonna go down through that double crochet under the feet of the next one, and I'm already running out of yarn because I cut it so short. I'm gonna go up this double crochet, through this area here, and then back down. We'll go through first. Back down the double crochet, under the feet of the next double crochet, actually, you know what? With the amount of weaving that we just did, this is probably fine to go ahead and snip it. We're just gonna whoop, snip. Give it a tug. And now that is probably a lot more secure than doing it the other way. Okay, now let's do this other side. Twist it so it's tight, fold it over, pinch it, and slide it between the bars of the needle. So here we're gonna go down this double crochet, through here, up this double crochet, down this double crochet, and back up through here, and then we'll snip it. There are no hard and fast rules when it comes to weaving in your ends. Just do whatever works, whatever will be secure, and you're golden. So So give that a snip, stretch it out, and your ends, just like that, are gone. So that is how you weave in the ends of your work. I hope this video was helpful to you. The next video in the series is going to be how to cover how to do a foundation row that doesn't require a chain. And it's very helpful, and I hope that you'll enjoy that video when it comes out. But until then, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good day. Thank you, goodbye.